Hey there guys, this is Pharaoh2091 and welcome back to Let's Play Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Last time we left off, whoo boy, so we accused Darklaw of being the one who attacked Kira, and saying that she might be the whole underlying villain type of thing in this game. And we're like, wait a minute, we want to bring her to stand, but we need an Inquisitor. And that's where Layton came into play. It's like, ooh. So this game finally has to become Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Just gotta fix myself up a little bit. There we go. Remember how the Professor was supposed to show up with decisive evidence? Well, nope. He's actually now an Inquisitor. We had Darklaw on our ropes. I mean, we totally drop-kicked our argument to space. We just need a bit more. But then the Professor burst in saying that he was able to prove the spell is really the Great Witch. There's no way we can give up now, but what do you do when you're up against someone like the Professor? I'm just assuming that was Maya speaking, just kind of the words in the context, but I guess it could have been Phoenix a little bit as well.
Professor? But what are you doing?
What am I doing, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, you were supposed to show up with some decisive evidence and save the day, Professor.
I'm afraid my only concern here is the truth.
The truth?
The truth behind the real identity of the Great Witch, Espella Cantabella. If seeking the truth requires us to stand on opposite sides of the courtroom, then so be it. I expect you to defend Miss Cantabella with everything you've got, Mr. Wright.
Ooh, boy, I'm liking this. Court is now back in session. Are you prepared, High Inquisitor? So long as I remain on the witness stand, I am no longer High Inquisitor. Simply Darklaw will suffice. Miss Darklaw, I'd like to just confirm something. A moment ago we established that you were, in fact, present at the bell tower during the time of the incident. That makes a total of 3 people at the scene. It would appear that was the case. However, you managed to stay hidden from 10 different guards. With the help of this right here. The robe invisibility. In other words, there's every reason to be suspicious of your actions tonight. Lady Darklaw, while I cannot believe you would deceive us in such a way, I ask that you tell the court what happened at the time of the incident. Very well. Okay, here we go. Testimony from Darklaw herself. What happened tonight? The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter and ensured nothing was amiss. As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went inside to investigate. I had my own reasons for not allowing any one of those vigilantes to see me. I climbed the stairs up to the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them. You apprehended the intruder? While I hold the position of High Inquisitor, there are often times where I must partake in various secret tasks, unbeknownst to the citizens of Labyrinthia. One of those tasks being ensuring the security of the storyteller. Security? As such, there is nothing odd nor suspicious about my actions tonight. I see. Defender, you may now begin your interrogation. Well, there is something that kind of caught my eye. Nothing I can present yet, but she was vague on something. Right here, she had her own reasons for not allowing the vigilantes to see her. Why not?
Hold it!
And what were those reasons? They relate to protecting the storyteller. It was something I was to carry out at that particular time. Did it perhaps have something to do with what was already decided upon in the story? The storyteller's word is absolute. Therefore, any and all those who make an attempt to alter his will must be dealt with immediately. Ooh, Kira said something.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Kira. Witness! Ah! Yes? Figures. She really doesn't remember her own name. You seem to be deep in thought about something. Do you remember anything regarding the High Inquisitor's testimony? No, I'm sorry. Nothing particular. It's just... I'm a little disappointed in myself. Disappointed? I traveled all the way here to Labyrinthia in order to fulfill my mission, but... all I managed to do was fail and end up being captured. Regardless of your own failure, Miss Kira, the storyteller did die as was foretold, did he not? Tonight, as the rain came pouring down over the town, I arrived at my designated location. Naturally, the bell tower was surrounded by guards on patrol. 10 to be exact. I was very nervous. She must be talking about the vigilantes. Just relax. You'll be fine so long as you're wearing this robe, I kept telling myself. Little did I know I was wrong. But none of this would have happened if I was just a little bit more careful. Enough. I would be thinking more about atoning for your past crimes and less about what it could have been if I were you. Is there anything wrong with Kira's testimony? I mean, yeah, I'll say there's something odd. Now, hold on one second. About your testimony, Miss Kira. You were thinking to yourself that so long as you had your robe on, you would be fine. Yes, that's right, I was... So basically, you were wearing the robe the whole time you were on the top floor of the bell tower, is that right? Yes, I had it on the entire time. That is, until I was attacked. Then my robe was ripped off by the wind. Miss Kira, this is the first time we've heard of any mention of this information. Is that so? I think I must have just forgotten. Your Honor, perhaps we should update this piece of evidence in the court record. Right you are. The visible robe now, worn by Kira when she was attacked, visible only to Eldritch Wood's residents. So it was on when she was still attacked, so she still would have been invisible. Okay. Lady Darklaw, please continue your testimony. Okay then, so... Well, right there! You climbed the stairs up the bell tower and you saw an intruder? That's not possible if she was still wearing it!
Objection!
Oh shoot, I messed up, didn't I? Never mind. See, I get freaked out when the music is still playing, because usually, I think any Ace Attorney player is like this. As soon as you hear the music stop, you know you did it correctly. Other times, it's like, ah... So the person you saw when you entered the bell tower was actually Miss Kira. The only problem with that is that it would have been impossible. What are you talking about, Defender? Miss Kira, or should I say, the witness, stated that while she was waiting on the upper floor of the tower, she was wearing her invisibility robe. Therefore, there's no way Miss Darklaw would have been able to see the witness. Oh, you're quite right. Anyone wearing this robe becomes invisible. Right, but there's just one particular group that can see anyone dressed in this robe. And who is that exactly? Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see the robe. If you're from Eldritch Woods, then you'll have absolutely no problem seeing this thing. Huh.
Objection!
So, what are you saying, Mr. Wright? Is that Miss Darklaw here actually hails from the Eldritch Woods? Is that correct? And that she knew this girl prior to tonight. That's right, Professor. What is this? Oh, Judge. A most impressive display, Mr. Wright. However, there is one detail that you appear to have overlooked. Something I overlooked. You say Miss Darklaw saw something she should not have been able to see. However, the truth is, there is one other possibility as to what occurred tonight. Did he just say what I think he said? It's rather easy to work out. Quite simply, the witness was not wearing the robe in the first place. What are you talking about, Inquisitor? This witness has proven her memory of tonight's events to be quite unreliable. I believe that by the time she climbed the bell tower, stop hiccuping, she had in fact already removed her robe. What? 'Tis as you say, Inquisitor. Are we just gonna keep calling him Inquisitor? I mean, even though he's not trained, or... Is there any type of training to become one? I mean, there must be something, right? Regardless, I'm just being stupid. As you can see, Defender, your assertion is mere speculation at best. Your little witness here has been lying to the court the entire time. It's as simple as that.
Objection!
1 second! The witness was quite clear with her testimony. Isn't that right, Miss Kira? I'm not sure. What? I mean, my memory is a little fuzzy. No way! Come on! Come on! Don't do that to me now! I mean, jeez. So not cool. Okay, so after I take a long phone call, where was I at? Okay. It would appear there is nothing more to be gained from this line of questioning. Your Honor, I suggest we return to cross-examination. Fine indeed, Inquisitor. Well then, Lady Darklaw, will you please continue your testimony? As you wish. No matter how they slice it, Kira looks like she's definitely hiding something. If only there was some way of getting her to talk, huh, Nick? No matter what Kira says, Darklaw just stays cool and brushes it off. Yeah, this isn't going to be easy, that's for sure. That's why we really need to set our sights on Darklaw. If we keep doing that, then sooner or later, Kira's bound to speak up and say something. Whoa, Nick, that's your most dastardly, devious plan yet. Alright, I know there's still a clue or two in this testimony somewhere, and I'm gonna find it. I should go back and double check our previous testimony. There has to be some more contradictions. Okay. Huh. So I gotta go through this again, but town square has been made parade's final stop. Patrol perimeter. A pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. No, I saw the... Oopsie daisy. Looks like that's all we're gonna be getting out of her for now. You know, if Darklaw was going into the bell tower to arrest some intruder, then I wonder why she didn't just come out and say that to begin with. Simple. That information was on a strictly need-to-know basis. A need-to-know basis, huh? That sort of secrecy is pretty common, but usually they've got to have a reason for not disclosing information to begin with. Darklaw was hiding this information for a reason. That's how we need to find out what exactly she was doing in that tower. I gotta get her to tell us. Hey Nick, is it me, or do you feel like we're being watched? Well, I don't know, I can't see his eyes! Yeah, tell me about it. I wonder what's up with the professor. Something must have happened. There's no way he'd turn on us like this. The professor has been very quiet so far. But surely he must have noticed there's something that just doesn't add up with Darklaw's testimony. Anyway, there's bound to be something in this testimony that we can use. We just have to make sure we comb this thing from top to bottom for any contradictions. That's right! Okay, so... Alright, so, you know what, I think of this as a statement here. She saw a pair of small footprints sitting aside and went to investigate, okay.
Hold it!
Those must have been Miss Kira's footsteps from when she was snuck into the bell tower, right? Indeed. The ground itself was quite muddy after the rain, so her footprints were easily visible. Right. According to the Vigilante's testimony... What did they say? Oh, Miss Foxy. They thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but it turned out they weren't hers. That's right. Her footprint would have contained a mark where her stiletto had been. But the footprints I saw at the bell tower contained no heel mark at all. You stepped inside those footprints on your way up the stairs so as not to leave your own at risk of being detected, correct? Exactly. At that time, my main task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was of utmost importance that no one knew of my presence there. Had the townspeople noticed your presence there, it would undoubtedly have raised some suspicion. Indeed. So naturally, that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask my traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints. I see. A clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself. Is there anything off her testimony just now? Sure. I don't see what's wrong in just, trying to bluff her here. At least for me. He might know, but I don't. Miss Darklaw, I just noticed something in your testimony. It's very relevant to this case. The defense requests that you amend your testimony. You just can't help letting that ridiculous imagination of yours run wild, can you? The Inquisition has no objections. Very well. The witness will amend her testimony. So now she says there's no heel in the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match the footsteps to them as far as possible. There was no heel on the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footprints to them as far as possible. I'm gonna take a look at the sketch here. I don't know. Something seems up here. Because it's amended, it seems like now I have something to press or even to present on. Ugh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use the hint coin just for the hell of it. Present. So yes, okay. Okay, yeah, okay. It's the footprints.
Objection!
Just wasn't sure, like, do I continue pressing? Or I probably should have tried it, but nah, screw it. It's one hint coin. What I have here is a sketch of the footprints left at the bell tower. So tell me, Miss Darklaw, are these your footprints in this sketch? It would appear so. I would never mean to offend the hard work of Labyrinthia's vigilantes, but tonight's task was mine and mine alone. Okay, when you put it that way, I can't help but notice a contradiction. What did you say? Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. When you climbed the stairs, the footprints had no heel, so you tried to match your footsteps to them as far as possible. However, if you look at the actual footprints that were left behind, you clearly see that not only is the heel present, but so is the entire foot. If you were trying so hard to step on the footprints already there, then the footprints in the sketch shouldn't have heel marks. That is very true. Although I do not think such a small detail is of much importance in the long run. I agree. It's a small detail, Your Honor. But that's not all I noticed. There was something very telling about Miss Darklaw's testimony. Telling, you say? She stated that she stepped onto the footprints that were already at the scene in order to disguise her presence. Now, there's something strange there. Specifically, why were these footprints left at the crime scene in the first place?
Objection!
Mr. Wright. Yes, Professor? Tell me, can you show the court why this seemingly minor detail is odd? I can't exactly do that at the moment. Who can say whether or not these footprints are indeed worthy of concern? And if it is an issue, then what exactly are your implications? That, above all, is what you must answer, Mr. Wright. I do not believe you can assert that this is a blatant contradiction at this time. Oh, there he goes again, flexing that amazing brain of his. That's enough. Miss Kira? Lady Darklaw, how could you... How could you simply abandon us? How could you betray us? Betray? Witness, what is the meaning of this? Lady Darklaw, you are the mistress of the Eldritch Woods. You are the one responsible for handing us our tasks. What? Yeah, like we all didn't see this one coming. This wretched girl is nothing more than a detestable spawn of magic. Her words cannot be taken seriously. People of Labyrinthia, I ask you, what am I, if not a loyal daughter of this fair town? No! You're lying, Lady Darklaw! When I was waiting up there at the top of the bell tower, I was most certainly wearing that robe. Oh! Lady Darklaw, you were also wearing a similar robe, were you not? Don't you remember? What nonsense. I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. I simply managed to sneak right past by those makeshift guards. It was not the most demanding of tasks for something like me. Or someone. Yes, you're right. That would be true. If you'd been sneaking around by yourself. By yourself? Witness, explain yourself. Enough. Listen to me and listen well. Continue as you are, and I will see to it that this court be the last place in which you ever set foot. It matters not. The end is already nigh. After the events of today, I shouldn't even be here right now. Miss Kira, you're saying that Miss Darklaw was not by herself at the time of the incident tonight? That's right. Lady Darklaw was wearing the invisibility robe, and underneath that robe was a young girl, passed out on her back. What? A girl? Could that be... Yes. It was the very same girl imprisoned inside a cage up there. You mean... Spella Cantabella? Oh my god. Everybody's gonna flipping their lids right now. Order! So the accused was carried up the bell tower. My lord, there is nothing left for me to say. 'Tis the word of the High Inquisitor versus that of a witch. Tell me, who would you sooner believe?
Objection!
Miss Darklaw, you of all people should be aware. This isn't a matter of believing or not, of believing or not believing. I'm afraid those are words that carry no meaning here. The only thing that carries any meaning here within a courtroom is evidence. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? Yes, absolutely, Professor. Well now, things are beginning to heat up a little, are they not? Fine. Tell me, Defender, have you the means to prove this assertion? Do you actually think you can prove that I, the High Inquisitor of Labyrinthia, carried the accused into the bell tower? I don't think we do. From the looks of it, Miss Kira was supposed to keep quiet about Darklaw's little secret. But she couldn't deal with all of Darklaw's denials and finally found the guts to chime in. I can't let Kira's effort go to waste. I don't care what stands in my way. I'm gonna find the truth. Your Honor, the defense wishes to present evidence proving that Miss Darklaw did in fact carry my client up at the tower. Very well, Defender. You may present your evidence. Shows the evidence that proves Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the bell tower. Ooh, shoot. Evidence that she carried the accused up the tower. Huh. I don't know, actually. Hold on a minute. Like, I don't know if I'm thinking about this right. Proves that Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the bell tower. Honestly, I'm thinking it's like one of these. Like, I don't know if it's even a robe. Is it the pendant? Shoot. I'm kind of thinking about using another hint coin. How many do I have? Well, I have 171. It's fine. God, I have 171 hint coins. I can dominate the rest of this game if I wanted to. Whatever. Oh, so it wasn't pendant. Okay, good. So it's one of the... I guess it's the footprint sketch? I don't know. Wait a minute. I just don't know why I'm not thinking about this properly. I don't know. What the hell's wrong with me right now? Well, hold on. Let me look at the details here. I mean, could it? I get it's either that or the robe. You know what, I'm gonna go to footprint sketch and see what happens.
Take that!
Okay. I don't know. I'm having like a huge brain fart right now. I don't know like why like the logic in me just whoop. There was something in your testimony just now that I'm not buying. And that's the footprints that were left at the bell tower. Did I not just finish admitting that those were my footprints? Ms. Darklaw, you say the following. There was no heel in the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footprints to them as far as possible. However, the reality is, the footprints here in the sketch actually do contain a heel. Which means that something must have prevented you from being able to tiptoe along the footprints that were already there. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay, yeah, now that makes sense. Oof. Prevented? Oh, you mean... That's right, Your Honor. Miss Darklaw, when you climbed up the bell tower tonight, you must have been carrying Miss Cantabella on your back. Is that correct? If you remember, it rained quite heavily tonight. That means the stairs must have been quite slippery. If your two hands occupied carrying your client, there would be no safe way for you to tiptoe up the stairs without falling. That right there is the truth behind the footprints on the staircase. Okay, that makes sense. But, Lady Darklaw, you... Fine, I admit it. Is as you say. I donned the robe and made my way up the tower. But I was not alone. I carried both Espella Cantabella and her little friend up the tower with me. Little friend? That black-furred creature of hers. The thing in nary even a second from her side. Oh, she must be Eve. When I arrived at the top of the tower, I saw this girl already there and called out her name. Called out to her. I was very shocked to see the Mistress show up in person like that. The girl's presence was an inconvenience, so I immediately put her to sleep. Believe it or not, it's just like you said, Defender. I used what remained of Balduke's medicine to put the girl out of the picture. And that's when Miss Kira put up a fight and pulled this pendant right off your neck, correct? That's right. I cannot fathom it. That would mean this pendant actually belongs to you, Lady Darklaw. Yes, because we have that photograph. Jeez. Look at this foot. Never mind. I was complaining it. If you guys don't know that joke, this is a plug right here. Go watch Skinny Minnie's episode 29 of her LP of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. If you don't know, I helped co-op it with her, like a collab with her on it. Episode 29 was probably one of the most hilarious moments we had with it. So yeah, soft plug, or just plug, whatever. I just have one question to start with. Why? Why take Espella up the bell tower? Why render her unconscious? And why go through the trouble of sneaking past the guards? What exactly was your aim in all this? I am in no way obliged to answer that question, Defender. What? What makes you say that? Simple. None of this has any relevance to the case at hand. That is why.
Objection!
Miss Darklaw, you rendered the witness unconscious and locked her up at the top of the bell tower. I'd say that is more than a little relevant.
Objection!
Your Honor, if I may. The Inquisition believes the defense's question to be irrelevant to the current case. Professor, what are you saying? It would seem the defense has forgotten a very important point. Namely, the point of this, Mr. Wright. Huh? The aim of this trial is to find the identity of the Great Witch Bezella. Whether or not Miss Darklaw locked a witness on top of the bell tower is hardly relevant to the purpose of this trial. But... Oh, come on now, don't... Audio, come on. There's one thing that's very clear. Neither Miss Darklaw nor this witness could possibly be Bezella. What? If either of you two were Bezella, then there would be no need for them to have used this robe of invisibility. They cannot use any magic, therefore it is inconceivable that either of them could be the Great Witch. A rather straightforward argument if there ever was one. At the time of the incident, there was 3 people present. Of those 3, 2 used the robe of invisibility to vanish from sight, leaving only one person. Indeed, Miss Cantabella. With this in mind, the larger question is, who is Bezella? Is that not obvious? The accused, Spella Cantabella, is the only possible answer. Besides, the accused's voice was heard by all the townspeople, chanting the spell Grandworm.
Objection!
Not so fast! I happen to think these witnesses are extremely relevant to this trial. Did you forget about Miss Kira? She supposedly took a one-way trip into the pit of fire over there. And yet, here she is, in one piece, testifying that she returned in order to kill the ruler of Labyrinthia, the storyteller. Then there's Miss Darklaw, who rendered the defendant unconscious and proceeded to transport her up to the bell tower. I'd say there's more than enough reason to investigate who these two really are. Only to discover that they are not, in fact, the Great Witch Bezella. I'm saying there's a possibility that these two are somehow related to Bezella. The court will now announce its thoughts on the matter. I must say, what Inquisitor Layton has stated certainly does ring true. However, Lady Darklaw, I have one question I must ask you. What exactly were you hoping to accomplish here tonight? I assure you, 'twas not my intent to deceive the good citizens of Labyrinthia. However, I must now reveal the truth to you all. What did she say? You don't think Lady Darklaw is in league with the witches, do you? She can't be. She was the one that saw that the other witches the witch's demise. Lady Darklaw, are you saying that you're... That's right, my lord. I am a shade. A shade? Lady Darklaw, will you please tell the court exactly what you mean when you say shade? Yes, of course. I grow weary of standing behind this bench. I'll tell you all I can. What the heck is she trying to pull? Why testify about something that could potentially undermine your credibility? I don't know, guys. I really don't. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and continue this in the next episode, guys. One, I'm getting a little tired. My throat's a little going, so I need to give myself a break. And we'll continue with this testimony and trial in the next episode. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I'll see you guys later.